their awakening. There was a kingdom that rested under the West African sun and whose people lived in peace and harmony. This was Mahab, Africa in miniature, with its forests, mountains, deserts, and rivers. King Kwamu and Queen Moko ruled the kingdom along with their 3 children, Princess Bianga, Prince Mouffo, and Prince Tepou. The kingdom of Mahab was full of many treasures other kingdoms wanted to seize: gold, leather, and ivory. Therefore, Mahab needed to be protected. That was what Princess Bianga wanted, to protect her precious kingdom and her people. As a girl, she was not allowed to be a warrior and to fight like her brothers. That didn't stop her from watching them train. They fought like true warriors, becoming one with their weapons. When the sun set, Princess Bianga sneaked into the woods. Her twin brother Mouffo and her younger brother Tepou were teaching her how to use her favorite weapon, a bow and an arrow. You have to use your mouth as an anchor, Prince Mouffo said, pulling Bianga's bowstring against her chin. Rest it there. It'll help you aim. Princess Bianga let the arrow fly, hitting her target right down the middle. Well done, my sister, Prince Tepou shouted from behind the target. He removed the arrow and retrieved another one for Princess Bianga to use. She shot several more times and never missed her target. The sound of horses beating against the hillside reached the children's ears. They wandered back to the palace and watched as 3 messengers slid off their horses and ran into the throne room. The 3 men bowed before the king and queen, and the man at the right spoke first. Invaders are coming from the north, he said. The kingdom of Drakkar. How long until they reach our borders? The king asked. 1 day at most, but it could be sooner. They are riding fast, Your Majesty, replied the messenger. Suddenly, another messenger stepped forward and thrust a flask into the air. Power to Nchare! Power to Drakkar! He shouted. The contents of the flask poured over the throne room and he ran away. The 2 other messengers, the king's advisors, the royal guards, the army general, the king, and the queen fell on the floor, drifting into a cursed sleep. Meanwhile, in the Drakkar kingdom, the evil chief Nchare was rejoicing. Your Majesty, your army is ready for war. With Mahab's generals asleep, our victory is certain, said King Nchare's advisor. Perfect, said King Nchare. Let's march to conquer Mahab. Now, all its treasures will be mine. Ha ha ha, added the king. Mom? Dad? Says Bianga and her brothers ran into the throne room towards their parents. They tried waking them up, but with no success. The 3rd messenger. He must have been a spy from the Drakkar kingdom, Prince Mouffo shouted. We need to get help. It looks like a curse, Tepou said. The young royals went into the forest to get help. Prince Mouffo rode alone and Princess Bianga with Prince Tepou. They found a cottage at the edge of the forest.
"This is where the village wizard lives,"
Prince Tepou said. The children knocked at the door. "Come in, come in," an old man's voice crowed. There was a foul smell coming from a cauldron at the center of the room.
"Our kingdom has been cursed,"
Prince Mouffo said. "Unfortunately, I cannot help you with your quest, children, but I know who can. There is a witch who lives in the land of the Drakkar people."
"How can we find her?"
Princess Bianga asked. "Black Mamba will help you," the wizard said. "But be warned, the snake will only help those who are pure of heart."
"And where is this Black Mamba?"
Prince Mouffo asked. The wizard pulled out a dusty old map. "You need to travel east until you reach the Nchare River. Travel south along the stream, and you will come to a bridge. Take this flute, and when you get to the bridge, play it. Black Mamba will reveal himself." The children thanked the wizard and left. They rode to the east until they reached the Nchare River and then the bridge. Princess Bianga grabbed the flute and began to play, but Prince Tepou stopped her.
"What if it's dangerous?"
he asked. Prince Mouffo shook his head.
"No, don't worry. Our hearts are pure. Black Mamba will help us. Don't be afraid, Tepou. Your name means courage for a reason."
Princess Bianga began to play the flute again. The sound carried into the wind, and a large black snake slithered its way onto the bridge. It was Black Mamba. "Welcome, royals," said the snake. "Your hearts are pure. You wish to find the witch Gainsieh. I will take you to her if you can solve 3 riddles. I walk on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening. Who am I?"
"It's us, humans. We crawl on 4s when we're babies, 2 legs when we grow up, and when we are old, we use a cane when we walk."
"Correct," said the snake. "Are you ready for my next riddle?" The 3 royals nodded eagerly. "I have a house full of milk and crunchy food inside, and the husk all over my shell. I am a fruit growing in a tall tree. Who am I?"
"A coconut,"
Princess Bianga said with a smile. "Very good," the snake hissed. "And for my 3rd and final riddle, what 2 things go everywhere together day and night but will never meet?"
"The eyes."
"Congratulations," said the snake. "You've passed my test. I will lead you to the witch Gainsieh." Black Mamba led them deeper into the forest to meet the witch. She was standing in front of her house, a hut made of broken branches and leaves. "Welcome, let's get inside," she said. "I know how to break the sleeping curse bestowed on our kingdom. But there are 3 things I need. Princess Bianga, you will retrieve the special octopus from Mami Wata. Prince Mouffo, you will get the special orchid that grows on the volcanic rock guarded by a Passamoto. Prince Tepou, you will retrieve one claw of a white lion from the savannah. The witch sent each of them with little chimps named Mbok, Mbam, and Mbom to help them with their mission.
Who is Mami Wata?
Princess Bianga asked. She is a mermaid. She can heal the sick and make people rich, but she is also a dangerous snake charmer, kidnapping people and taking them to her world at the bottom of a mysterious river.
And how will I get the octopus from her?
Asked Princess Bianga. Your bow, Mbok said. We can attach a thread to it and use it to fish the octopus from underneath Mami Wata. Princess Bianga dove down beneath the surface. Mami Wata was resting on top of the octopus, asleep. Princess Bianga released her arrow towards the octopus, hooking it, and began to pull the thread. The movement woke Mami Wata up. She launched towards Princess Bianga, wrapping her hands around her ankle. Princess Bianga struggled against the creature. She drew another arrow and aimed at the mermaid's tail, and finally she broke free. She then swam to the surface with the magic octopus. Well done, Mbok said. Let's get this back to the witch. In the western region, Prince Mouffo and his chimp guide Mbom journeyed to the top of Mount Mahab. The terrain was rough, the pathways were rocky. This is the land of a Passamoto, said Mbom, the god of the mountain and its spiritual protector. He is half rock, half man. As the prince made his way to the peak of the mountain, the wind got stronger and the pathways narrowed. As the prince was close to the peak of the mountain, he slipped and hung from the edge of a rock.
Mbom, help!
The young prince yelled. Who are you and what do you seek? Shouted a loud voice. An enchanted branch wrapped around his legs and lifted him to the top of the mountain. A Passamoto had saved him. A Passamoto was standing right in front of him. Prince Mouffo bowed his head.
Our kingdom has been cursed, and I need an orchid to reverse it.
What can you offer me for this orchid? A Passamoto asked. Prince Mouffo removed his necklace and lifted it above his head.
This is a treasure passed down to the oldest royal sibling from generation to generation.
A Passamoto accepted the gift and gave Prince Mouffo a single orchid. You've done well. Come, Mbom said. We must return to the witch. Prince Tepou and his chimp guide Mbam traveled to the savannah in the northern region of the kingdom. They found a white lion resting beneath an acacia tree. You must tranquilize him to retrieve a claw, Mbam said. Use this to strike the lion, said Mbam while handing him a dagger. There is a numbing ointment at the tip, so he won't be able to move. Mbam waited in the brush as the young prince approached the lion. The lion roared, raising his paws and charging at him ferociously. Prince Tepou immediately threw his dagger at him, striking him on the face. The lion dropped in his tracks He was paralyzed and could not move. Prince Tepou approached slowly, still afraid of the lion. He used his dagger to get a single claw from the lion's paw. "You've completed your task. Come, let's return to Gainsieh's cottage," said Mbam. Once Gainsieh had all the ingredients, she broke King Nchare's curse and woke everyone up. As soon as they woke up, King Kwamu and his generals took Mahab's army and traveled to the northern border, determined to lead their warriors into victory. Both armies were now facing each other. As King Nchare saw Mahab's warriors approaching, he understood that his curse had been broken and feared his defeat. He retreated, and therefore the war was avoided. There was a grand celebration honoring the three royals who were now the realm's greatest heroes. At a place in the throne room, the greatest honor in the kingdom. In addition, Princess Bianga got what she always wanted: to train and fight with her bow and arrow alongside her brothers. It was a joyous day in Mahab, the kingdom under the West African sun, a place where harmony and peace had returned once again.